Okay, here we go. It's been a little while. Okay. What happened the last half of 2025? I don't know. Guess we'll have to go and take a dive. Don't you see that mystery will be unearthed soon? And that questioning will become history. What happened the last half of 2025? Stop stalling, let's go ahead and try to see the good stuff, blunders and hicks. Then we'll make it to 2026. Oh wait, we already did. Happy New Year. Happy late New Year. Hello, and welcome to my still pretty very semi. No, it's still pretty messy in here. It's still pretty messy in my office. I guess I should know that when I ran into one of those folders on the floor back there. I think that green one, and that little turd made my toe bleed the other day. So I think it's probably time. I think that's probably a sign to clean up the floor in here. It was almost entirely clean there for a while, and then after I started my online course, I kind of stopped picking up in here because oh golly. I thought I was talking better than that. Now that I hear my voice out loud, my throat sounds a little bit more rough than I thought it did. But yeah. No, it's been a while since I've done a full length 16 by 9. Well, I guess I don't know if this is a full 16 by 9, the aspect ratio in here, but a wider screen instead of a 9 by 16 phone slide 'em up screeny. I've been meaning to do a lot more. I was intending on doing like full length chalk videos for all of them. I filmed all the chalk drawing videos that I did this year. And I can get more into this later, but I did film in widescreen because that's what I'm used to, and I was pretty apprehensive about the whole YouTube Shorts thing. But yeah, I'll talk about that here in a little bit because that kind of changed, and I kind of went crazy with the amount of them that I posted this year. Additionally, like usual, instead of even though I like writing, and it would probably definitely help me when I do videos like this to have a clear and concise and precise way of organizing my thoughts and reading my organized thoughts. I wrote my bullet points on paper sticky things. I don't know if these are officially... Oh, they are through an official brand that I'm not going to say. But yeah, I wrote them on these like I usually do. So if there's rambling, if it sounds like I'm improving, if I'm going on for a long time and it's getting drawn on, well, one, hopefully I edited it out if it was too unbearably long. And then two, okay, I think I said one in front of the last one, or two. Can you tell that I just woke up like 30 minutes ago? But two, I don't know. I feel like I like the feelings of this more. Just the way I have it listed out, and I kind of have a baseline understanding of what I'm going to say. And I feel like that allows the conversation to feel a little bit more natural. Sometimes I definitely do frustrate myself because I'll be done filming and I'll be editing. I'll be like, I forgot to say that really important thing. So I guess I either add it in with text over the screen at some point, or I do a voiceover later on explaining that. But I don't know. I think I have a pretty clear understanding of what I want to say today. It might be a lot. This might go on for a while. Hopefully I can get it out before the new year, because it would kind of be nice just to have this to bookend the year, so I can go into the new year with a fresh outlook on things. I guess essentially This is mostly going to be like recapping what's been going on the last half of the year where I haven't been posting full-length videos. I know I still did the short chalk drawing segments on the shorts tab. How many of them did I do? Did I do 6 or 7 of them? I don't know. I know I probably took somebody off that's going to go to the comments and be like, 6, 7. Trenton, I thought you were better than that. How dare you make a 6, 7 reference? I don't care how funny it was. You're going to
place under the ground for making that sort of foolish remark on your YouTube channel.
And if that's the case, I refer you to what my tag is on YouTube and what the studio name that I've been going for on my YouTube channel for a long time is. So I'm not above pooping around a little bit. So, yeah, as you will soon see, especially, I'm not above pooping around a little bit. I didn't literally poop, but you'll see what I mean here soon. Yeah. This is why scripts would be helpful, because now I don't entirely remember everything that I've said, and I've already been talking for, recording-wise, almost 6 minutes. But if I edited this down, it could be shorter than that. But yeah, I've tried recording a video like this multiple times, or like it's been a while since I've done a talking video like this. I meant to do it months ago. I think I recorded it like 2 different times. I think one of them was in February. That's how long it's been. Yeah, that's how long it would have had to have been. And the reason why I didn't go through with any of those is because I was mainly talking about my frustrations and with cleaning up the house and my skepticism / worriness of doing like a class or figuring out schooling after high school. And I was just worried like it was going to come across like I was sad or like I was too scared. And it's like thinking about it now, those are human emotions. And I think my main concern was I didn't want to freak out anybody watching the videos in the audience thinking that there was anything like seriously wrong. I was just wanting to say what had been going on and how I'd been feeling. I was kind of hoping that maybe it could benefit other people. And so I am going to retread on that real quick. In some of those videos, I think I just talked about in terms of like cleaning and picking up when you have a lot. Like it was a big, or like moving for the first time for me. It was a lot of stuff, and I still we've been moved for a while now, and I still don't have everything sorted the way I want to. But I think a big mentality that was holding me back with a lot of things is just the stress that everything has to be, like in your head you put pressure on yourself and saying that like, oh, you have to have everything picked up by a certain time, or well, I mean, like that's like healthy and good to set up certain like goals to try to achieve, but it's just the pressure or like that you put on yourself trying to get so much done by a certain time when you're trying to balance all this different stuff. And it can have the reverse effect, and I think it's what it had on me. I put so much pressure on myself in terms of getting stuff picked up around the house that it made me feel more down and less motivated to actually get more done. And that can actually relate to stuff that I've been doing for YouTube too, because I have so many projects that I want to do over the years, things that I've held on to for years, things that show up out of nowhere and I start working on. There's a lot of things that are half done. And one thing I want to get better with is being able to have more fun with YouTube and with managing all the things I'm trying to do in general. I think I get way too stressed out about things. I just need to have more fun with it. Our course leader at the Aardman Academy course that I did, he seems like a really great guy. His name's Stuart Messenger. He's worked for like visual effects on, I know he worked on Tim Burton's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. He had some involvement with that and some other films years ago, but like now he's I think he does multiple things. Like I think he also might teach at a college over there in the UK, but he's like the main course leader for like the online classes through the Aardman Academy, and he would always tell us to go have fun, or like to remember to have fun. And it sounds like a ridiculous reminder at first, but honestly I think it really helps, because sometimes just hearing that and locking it in your head, you get in your head so much with the pressure that you put on yourself that nobody else is putting on yourself, the pressure that you specifically are putting on yourself. And sometimes it's nice to hear somebody say something to kind of snap you out of it, to kind of remind yourself that, not saying that every situation needs to be absolute fun doing backflips and cartwheels, but I mean, sometimes you need to lock in and to really focus and stuff, but like not getting in your head too much and stressing out too much about things that don't really require that much frustration and stress. So yeah, that relates to how about picking stuff up, and it relates to YouTube. So essentially, before in the cuts of this, the original recordings of this that I'm not planning on releasing because so much has happened in my life since then that it would be outdated and kind of pointless to go back through and do. But I was just hoping to say that so if anyone else was going through that stress or putting that much pressure on themselves, to keep pushing through it and to keep getting little things done here and there, not putting so much insane pressure on yourself to get everything done at once, because doing that to yourself can really just be counterproductive to what you're trying to do, and it just makes you feel worse with everything, with all the stuff you're trying to do. So you just need to try to push through it and just do a little bit at a time if stuff is overwhelming. But yeah, that was originally recorded on 2 different cuts, but I was just worried that people would be worried about me, and that's not my intention. I'm not trying to freak people out. It's just something that I want to say. I don't want to... I've made it pretty clear on community posts over the years, I don't really intend on sharing an insane amount about my personal life on here, unless it applies to the channel or ties in somehow. So, I mean, I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty of details on anything. That's all I was really going to say about that. I will say this now, too, because part of what I said in one of those videos was that I was worried and skeptic about doing like an online class or a college course in general or anything of the sort, because I was just worried. As someone who didn't really do art in high school at all, outside of, who didn't do any art classes, I should say, in high school, because I still very much wanted to do YouTube and I did projects. The way my classes worked out, it kind of just so happened where I took an art class my senior year of high school, and the art teacher at my high school, he seemed like a really great guy from talking to him, and it was a pretty small class. A couple of my close friends and like some other people I didn't know insanely well, but it was really nice. Like, it was a really nice tight-knit art class group, and it was a really fun time there. I feel like I learned quite a bit, but then also it was usually a pretty fun highlight of the day. Like it was like right before lunch too, so it was a good stretch of the day right there. But my point is that made me realize that I wish I would have did art throughout high school, because I got in my head that, oh, if I do art classes or if I start taking like courses for what I'm wanting to do as a career, like stop motion or animation, which is a form of art, I was worried that was going to make me lose my own or not my own creativity. I was worried that I was going to lose the aspect of my art and my animation that makes it my art and my animation. I was worried that I was going to have to, I guess, conform to or align with certain like skills that were going to be taught, and I was kind of worried that I was going to lose a lot of what I thought made my own personal work special. And looking back on it, or at least the course that I took, it was not like that at all. But yeah, I had some skepticism and worries that like learning how, in my head, I thought it was going to be like learning how things should be done, and that was going to completely change everything going forward. But after taking the course, and like throughout taking the course, it was very much learning. One of the first weeks we learned and looked over like the 12 core principles of animation. We worked on different skills and did different weekly tasks throughout the first 7 or 8 weeks of the course. And through talking to the course leader and my awesome mentor, Hannah Brooks, it's just really about like they want you to learn the skill that they're talking about, like do a good job like learning that. But it's always apparent that, I think the course leader even said it when he was talking about the 12 principles of animation, about how a lot of people in I guess it depends what project you're working on or who the person is. Some people like stand by that and do everything along the 12 principles of animation, or like all these different advice that they've learned over the years. And some people will abide by it, some people use a little bit here and there, and some people just completely do their own thing. So it just became apparent immediately that it was just a lot of information to learn to be able to help you and improve you as an artist. It's not aspects or things that you had to strictly abide by, like to strictly change the way you think in order to achieve learning or to be doing it better. I mean, like, obviously, like, you got advice on how to, like, improve certain aspects of the tasks. I can think there's one where we, like, worked on doing bouncing balls early on in the course, or I mean, like, I know my mentor, like, talked to me about, like, how, like, even if you're, like, at the end, like, I did a goofy thing where the ball completely deflates and, like, smoke comes out of it, because I just did it pretty quickly as a joke at the end. But, like, even if you're doing it as a joke, like, committing to it the way that you committed to the rest of it, and making sure, like, that the spacing for, like, the ease in and the ease out of the motion still coincides with the rest of it, or still looks how it should, like, in terms of the incrementation of how far things are pushed in each frame, or how far things aren't pushed in each frame. So yeah, I guess just transition to fully talking about the Aardman Academy. I applied a while back. I forget if I applied when I recorded the first takes of this video, but I know it was about to. I got online. They have like online open days where the course leader or whoever's able to that. I think it's usually the course leader. I think it was Stuart when I got on there. Talked about all the different aspects of the course and like what the course outline looked like and what would be covered. And I think I got on there and listened to two different ones, like one that talked about more in-person courses and one that talked about the online courses, just to get a good sense of the information. I think it had been a while since I've been on there one time, so I wanted to rehear things again. Yes, I applied. Evidently, they have a stop motion, like a basic stop motion course that I think is about 5 or 6 weeks long. But since I already had a decent amount of animation experience that I put together in that show reel that I did last year on the YouTube channel, and I sent that over, and since Stuart, when he looked at it, with the experience that I've had on doing my own projects on YouTube over the years, I was able to do the stop motion industry training course, or the stop motion one, I should say, the first part of the industry training courses. And he always stressed that we don't have to take the next one, or sometimes there's people who take the second one but haven't taken the first one. It just depends where people's skills, what people's skill sets were, or like where their skill levels were at that time when they applied, if it worked out for them to take one or the other. Because I mean, they both require some sort of experience prior to them happening. I know the second unit requires experience that I didn't have prior to doing the first unit, but yeah, so I was initially skeptical about, not about the academy. Like I guess I was worried about how things would go, because I kind of thought maybe they would just completely change everything, and everything on my YouTube would be different after. But I think that was probably a really, I mean, I feel like it's justified in my head, because I really hold my work pretty near and dear to my heart. Like, I mean, like, I'm not saying that like I hate criticism, is not what I'm saying. Not from that aspect. I just mean like that it's a big part of who I am, and I didn't want to completely change that, and not at all. Like, if anything, it's just learning skills and tools, like working with a new animation program that I'll probably still work with my one I've been using for some projects, but I'll probably go back and forth once I get the full license for the new program. That's not just the student license. But yeah, I mean, like, working with a new program and all the new skills that I learned, there was some advice that I was given that I just felt ridiculous that I had not thought of before with how long I've been doing stop motion. So it's it was definitely a lot that I feel like has helped to improve the way that I approach stop motion and the way that I think about it in my head. And I feel like it's going to make me more critically think about the way that I'm doing it going forward. But, and this is why like the worries seem kind of ridiculous in retrospect, because after the online graduation screening that we had a couple weeks back now, everybody on there had such different and distinct, unique ways of approaching like storytelling and stop motion. Like some of them were more serious, with like more undertones of like serious issues in real life. Some of them were more comedic, with like anthropomorphic like animal characters. Like some of them were more comedic with humans. And just like the styles, like the way everyone designed their characters and the way things moved was like very different. Like everything was very different and distinct, and it was just awesome to see how everybody had learned all the skills throughout the course, but like applied them in different ways. So it's very much, in retrospect, I'm very happy about this. Like it's not like really like changing the core of like the way I like to do things. It's just learning a lot more, to put more thought into, and like it's not like fully changing the way you approach ideas. Which granted, I don't know what all courses or colleges are like, but like this course, it was very focused on animation. It's like just improving like your skill set of the movement of the character, the armature that they sent you. And it's just awesome the way everybody interpreted it differently, and how even with everybody learning a task is like it's being taught like a specific way, and like you're seeing the examples in like specific ways, how everybody took that knowledge and applied it in different ways, where it's like improvement on whatever skill set you had prior, but then at the same time the way that you approach it is still very distinct to you. So that skepticism at least is like mostly completely gone there for me. Maybe it would be different if I did a course through a different company or something, but at least through the one that I've did, that skepticism is gone. And I think part of that is like sometimes you just get worried and get so apprehensive that, I don't know, I guess it depends what it is, but I think people talk a lot about how like change is scary with a lot of things in life. So I don't know, with something that near and dear to me, like with my stop motions and stuff, I just didn't want to completely lose sight of. And I think that's why Stuart always said like having fun and like making sure that you're having fun, because doing stop motion, you don't want to lose sight of. I guess I was worried initially, like not from the Aardman course, but just in general doing class, that things would be skewed a certain way in my head, and I wouldn't want to approach things the way that I initially did. But you'll soon see, and I'll talk about this here when I have this short done. By the last couple weeks of the course, you work on either a short film, or you can redo the tasks, whatever you're able to get done for the final the graduation screening. But I'm working on a short that's about the armature pooping in the toilet, and the toilet choking on the poop, and the armature trying to save the toilet. And I have about half of it filmed. So about half of it with some storyboarded segments screened on the graduation screening. And I do have, I have the work in progress cut now. I just released a clip of it on the Shorts tab on YouTube, so you can see a short segment of it now, but I'm hoping to finish that up here soon. But like that. I remember being so embarrassed and so worried when I got on and talked with my mentor one week about like, oh golly, like I did all this storyboard stuff, and my plan is for the armature to poop, and this all to be about potty humor. And my mentor Hannah was so chill and cool about the whole thing, and wanted to give me good advice on like how to do the water. Hannah gave me some really great advice with that, and just helping me do the vision that I wanted to. And Hannah even said about, why should anyone judge the art that I'm trying to do, or like why should someone in that mentor position try to judge the art that I'm trying to do. And like everybody else that I talked to on the course was really chill and thought that the idea was really funny. I was really kind of surprised because I was really embarrassed about it. I know I have the poop in the logo of the stuff that I do on my YouTube channel, but don't do potty humor stuff too often on the channel, which is a little bit, which is a little bit odd with poop being in the tag name of the channel. But now, well, and I don't want to do that all the time, because I think some potty humor could be really gross, but I feel like the way I'm doing this, it's more comedic than gross, especially since I did the poop with clay, and I'm doing a lot of the water with like light blue clay. It's not anything that I want people to be like utterly disgusted by. I think I just want people to find it humorous, because the concept, poop. But yeah, people are very helpful in encouraging you to pursue ideas the way you wanted to, but then still giving you advice on how to achieve that in ways that you might not nearly have thought about it before. So it felt like it was really great to nourish creativity, to like give you the equipment, or to give you like the armature they sent you, like to give you certain aspects and like give you the knowledge to be able to pursue and do things in a little bit more of a professional way, but still allowing you to execute ideas or maybe do things in ways that maybe they wouldn't do how they would do it in a professional studio, but still giving you ideas on how to improve certain things or how to maybe better execute to help you. I know one of the tests that I did was it was like the only test that I did of water shooting out of the toilet. I could not figure out how to make the water look more natural, and then getting on there and talking to people through the course, and they brought up about like arcs, like in an animation about like how the water should go in an arc, and it seems like something you would think about, but like in the moment, and it's probably since I was animating that at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, because I procrastinate, I didn't really think of it. I didn't do it nearly as much in an arc, and after I got that advice, doing it in the final thing, it looks a lot more natural, as natural as water shooting an armature off the toilet in a stop motion film can look. I feel like it makes the water feel a lot more natural. But yeah, that short's in production. I'm going to finish that. When I finish that, I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel. I'm probably going to do another sort of teaser to hype it up when I get closer to having it done, or after I do have it done. And I'm going to do this eventually too. Like right now I have an unlisted playlist, like where I uploaded the weekly tasks, like when I would send the links and like we would talk and review them throughout the course. And I thought it would be cool if anyone, I'm not going to like make the videos public. I'm going to, like, the videos are unlisted on the unlisted playlist. So I'm going to make the playlist public. I don't want like all these to just like, woo, like appear in like the mainline list of videos. So the videos will be unlisted, but they'll be in the public playlist when I make the playlist public. So if anyone wants to go through and look at some of the work that I did throughout the course, I'll probably film a brief introduction and throw it at the beginning of the playlist to make some things make sense the way that I did things in terms of the way that I edited the videos. But yeah, that's something I'm planning on doing if anyone's interested in that. I have a new section on my channel where also I added a couple of my new friends that I've made through the course, or through some friends that I've made through friends that I met on the course. I've added a couple new people to the My Friends section on my homepage when you scroll down. I know Ben Nightingale and my friend Sam from Tailored Visual Arts. Their channels are on there, and I know they have videos available to watch. I also added my friend Zach on there. He doesn't currently have any public videos on there, but I still, I asked him for permission first, but I don't know, I just like having friends' channels on there. It's just cool for me to get on there and see, be like, oh my golly, there's my friends' channels. I don't know, it's cool for me to get on there and look at, but I definitely recommend checking out some of their videos. Ben Nightingale has a great series called Nightingale and Son, where it's about like this bird dad and this bird son in like everyday life situations, and the dad's super talkative, and he's always like super ambitious on trying to get his son to do tasks, and things always don't turn out the way that he initially intends them to, but It's probably not the best way to describe it, but they're very they're very funny, and they're not, each one's not very long either at this point. So if you want a really short, like really good laugh, I would definitely recommend checking those out. Yeah, maybe I'll link one in the description or in the pinned comment. I don't know. But yeah, I also have a new section below the My Friends section. I think I called it More Awesome Animators. Some of the people that I talked to throughout the course, a couple of the people aren't people that I had the chance to talk to a lot, but some people agreed for me to put their channels on there, so I think I have 6 channels on there for people to, if anyone's interested in checking out their channels and their works. But just if you want to take a look at some more creative animators, I know not all of them are stop motion, like have like a bunch of stop motion videos, but it's just really cool animations to look at. So I would definitely encourage if anyone wants to go and check out those channels. Okay, I'm going to get into this now. This is probably the main reason that I've been putting this off. I guess the excuse I was giving myself is that I had some unwrapped Christmas presents that I was giving to my friends back there. And they're wrapped up now. I haven't given them to my friends yet because I'm still waiting for one thing to come in the mail, which it should here soon. But, yeah. The last full widescreen video that I did on my channel was, full-length widescreen video, was Wavey's birthday celebration. And I'm really glad that I got that out when I did, and all the footage that was on that, because I think that was a really cool celebration of her life, and because of, for those of you that don't know, and I made a community post about it a little, maybe a week or so after it happened, but Wavey did pass away over the summer, I think in late June. I'm pretty sure that's when it was. And I've been meaning to, I don't know how long this segment of the video is going to be, but I understand if you do not want to listen to this all right now. Like, I get it. Like, sometimes you see stuff when you're on the internet of bad things that have happened in the world, and you can't always hide from bad things that happen in the world, and you shouldn't always hide, because sometimes, I mean, there's opportunities to, like, donate money and, like, help people out if something really bad did happen, like a tragedy, like how things have, like, big things like the fires and like floods have affected different countries and different states over the years. But at the same time, I completely get it when you have a hard day and like stuff is like really sad and emotional for you already. Sometimes the last thing you need is to hear about something else sad and emotional, because that can just completely crush you for the rest of the day. So I totally understand if you don't want to hear all of this right now. So I guess the abridged version that I want everyone to hear is essentially, Wavey passed away over the summer. My mom and I miss her a lot. She made life a lot more. She added a lot of fun in our lives. The main way that affects the channel going forward is that I want to make sure that I said that, because I filmed videos with her months before she passed away, and there's some videos still of her and DJ that I would like to post eventually. I don't want to like lead people to believe that she was still alive and for people to get confused of what was going on. So I just want to clarify that any video released related to her, I mean, is, I guess, with people, like when you look at Wikipedia and you see, I guess, like a posthumous, like after someone has passed away. I'll probably put the word somewhere on the screen of when someone's passed away. But yeah, that's for anyone that doesn't want to hear more. That's the main thing, that she passed away. We miss her a lot, and that there will still be videos on the channel that feature her, whether the whole video is about her or her in some capacity, like in a cameo appearance. But that very much was done prior to her passing away. Yeah. And so, yeah, so now I'll get into a little bit more details with stuff. The more specifics. Yeah, there was a couple weeks in the summer that were kind of rough for us. My grandpa passed away, as some of you might know from the video that I did in remembrance of him on the shorts page a while ago. But he passed away as far as I can remember, he hadn't been in any of the videos on the channel, but I did still want to make a tribute to him. He was very supportive and did like to my school events and did show up to like a lot of the school events that I had going on, and he always had a lot of fun in life too. Some of the wild and goofy things that he would say. So I like when I did pep band events at my school. So I very appreciate a lot of what of support that he has shown me over the years. So I will miss him as well. And then shortly after he passed away, Wavey had been hacking for a while, and we thought it was just because she was licking herself a lot. And I'm not entirely sure if that was related to what was going on, but I don't know. Like we realized something didn't seem right shortly after my grandpa passed away. Something didn't seem right with how she was doing. Like she just didn't look like she was doing great. So I forget if she was coughing more. I don't remember exactly how everything went. I think my brain might have tuned out some of it or blacked out a little bit of it, but I wasn't able to go to the vet the one day. So my mom took her up there, and she, I think, had an x-ray or some sort of a scan done, and it turned out she had an enlarged heart. I'm not entirely sure how long she had an enlarged heart, but I don't know. She got some medication to kind of help, like fluid stuff to like move through her system, and she hung in there for about another week, and she passed away, I think towards the end of that week, or maybe it was into the next week. I'm glad we didn't have to see her in an insane amount of pain for very long. She was a really tough girl. She had made it through a lot in her life, and as you know, if you've seen the birthday video, she made to being 13 years old. So she lived a very long life and a very full life of comedic mischief, and like even still as she got into her older age, just this past year, and I'll tell this story because I think this is a very funny story. Well, she still like poop outside too. To my dismay, I got really mad at her when she would eat poop, and it's still gross. It still makes me want to gag right now. Ugh. My golly. I know one day I was out in the yard picking rocks out of the grass because we were gonna the grass was gonna get mowed soon, so I was picking some rocks that got a lot of rocks that got into the grass. So I was picking the rocks out, and I put up like a fence gate on her porch, and I let her sit out there. Well, I guess she stood around. She didn't really sit too much. She looked around. She acted so frustrated and bored. I thought she would want to be out there because usually she likes like watching the squirrels go by and stuff. And I didn't think she could get through the bars on, not the gate, but the bars on the other side of the porch that, like, were whatever width. So she hung out there for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, 10, 15, 20 minutes when I was picking the rocks, just looking around, acting so bored, not really getting into much mischief or anything. But then I look back over there, and she's, like, trying to put her paw through the bars, and I was thinking, like, I didn't know what to think. I didn't think there was any way she would be able to squeeze through. But then she hopped through, and I thought she was coming over maybe to see what I was doing. But she hopped through, chases a cat across the road into one of our neighbor's yards, stops there. The cat runs around the other side of the house, thank goodness, ran around the other side of that person's house so she couldn't see it anymore. Then she stops there, looks at me, squats down, and pees in our neighbor's yard. So I ran over there and grabbed her, and then took her back over and put her in the house. And when I picked her up, she acted like she was so confused because I don't think she thought she did anything wrong because she just wanted to catch the cat. Yeah. No, but she, even as she got older, she still very much got into mischief and kept life very fun. All the wild antics she would get into. She had so much energy. Like, I think that was one of the most amazing things about her, the amount of energy that she retained over the years. because you would still think that she was half the age that she is as fast as she got around sometimes you could tell she was older, but then sometimes she would just like run around like trying to chase squirrels and stuff. And I'm very glad that she was with us when we moved into the new house, so that, I mean, we have memories of her in the new house. With everything with moving, I feel like that would have made the whole situation a lot more sad if we would have lost her prior to moving. So we still have months of memories of her in the house. And yeah, I'm very thankful for that, because if all that would have hit at once, that would have been a lot. Oh. But yeah, I've been meaning to. I think I've put it off because I wanted to do to make it really good and do a really nice project in her memory. But at the same time, I need to work on it, because now it's been half of a year and I haven't done it. And I need to do like some general drawings of her for like in memory of her, like what I did for DJ. But yeah, I was wanting to do. I need to storyboard it. I was wanting to do a animated. I was probably going to do it with paper. In reference, I was going to do it of her and DJ and Jack, like some paper animation in her memory, to do it similar to the Never Ending Story, because we always called her our luck dragon, because she always reminded us of Falcor from, if any of you have seen the film adaptation of the Never Ending Story, like the way her like fluffy whiskers and just the way her fur was. And I think it would be really fitting too with the message of that movie. Especially, I'm not a huge fan of the second movie, but I do really like the aspect of it, talking about like how everybody, even when people pass away, are part of the never-ending story of life. Like that part of the movie with I think his name was Nimbly, the bird in that movie. Like that aspect of the movie, I don't know, I feel like it's an important one. Like that, and people pass away and you lose people, but the memories of them, like it's all part of the never-ending story of life. And life like keeps going I mean, like it's sad to think that life keeps going forward, but like those memories and the impact people have had on you are still going to affect the way you move forward in your life. So it's, I don't know, everything's just the way everybody's stories intertwine in life and the way things keep moving forward, but you retain things from the past. It's, I don't know, it's crazy to think about. And I think there's sadness in thinking that sometimes, but I also think there's like comfort and optimism in thinking about that too going forward as well. I guess it depends on how you like to think about it, but yeah, that's a video I'd like to do. And some of the videos that I did already have filmed, like how I did that where I did like a bunch of Boz pretending to be sheep from a Minecraft movie, like reenacting the trailer of that movie, the music from the trailer of that movie, that magical mystery tour from the controversial first trailer of a Minecraft movie. I say controversial, I don't mean like racist content or anything like that, but it was very controversial in how people didn't know how to feel about the movie. And that was the first like big impression they had. But I filmed back around April. I think it was shortly after. Yeah, back around April, late April, maybe early May, I filmed with Wavey. I did essentially the same thing, but like with that Dennis song from the movie Steve, Jack Black's dog Dennis in that movie, where I like sang that song, but like with Boz to her, and I have footage of me singing it to her. So that's a video I like to edit and post in her memory. Here, I meant to post that forever ago, but that is one of the videos that I would like to do. I did a stop motion video last year with some of the fur that we had brushed off of her, just with as much fur clings onto the brush after you brush it off of her. Where I did it, where it was like Santa and like a gift box, like that I animated on my pant leg. Shortly after that, I did a kind of like a spiritual successor, like not a direct sequel, but about just like a glob of her hair, like going up and down. I think it's the same measuring thing that uses the tongue for the Hattie Patty short years ago, but yeah, I animated that like it was going up and down like a roller coaster. And I animated the whole thing. I just need to do sound on it, so I wanted to make it clear that I animated that months before she passed away. I animated that back in January. I didn't want it to seem like I was still animating with her fur this long after the fact, because I'm not saying that would necessarily be wrong, but in my opinion, I feel like that would have came across kind of morbid if that's what I was doing. But yeah. Maybe not entirely, but still, in my head, it was important for people to know that I animated that months ahead of the fact. And then, like what I said, like I still have videos of her and DJ that I would like to post for the pet show from years ago of the two of them, or maybe some more recent stuff of just Wavey that I would still like to post. That I intended on. I'm not posting every family video that I have them, but some videos I literally filmed with my narration over the top, intending on posting them on YouTube. I just never got around to it, but I would still like to do here in the future. I will say this too, it's been a hard year for the dogs in our family. Wavey passed away. I know on the one side of my family, like their dog Sydney passed away, and on the other side of my family, their dog Drexler passed away. Like my cousin's families. So it's been a rough year for the dogs in the family. So yeah, and it's hard too, because it's like, just even if dogs cause mischief and stuff, I don't know, I feel like a lot of times they bring so much love in the household. It's just, by golly, that's just really sad and emotional to have to say goodbye, to see him go. So if any of you are watching, I guess just I'll probably put the names of those dogs in the end credits of when I do the thing for Wavey, whenever I get around to doing that. But yeah, both of those dogs are really pretty and cute dogs, and it's really sad to know that they're not around anymore. And I guess the last main topic I want to talk about for this year is how obsessed I got with the chalk drawings and doing shorts on YouTube. I'm just checking what time it is. Okay, good. I just randomly wanted to, back when The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie came out, I just randomly got the urge to draw a simple sketch and then go outside and do it with chalk in the garage. I had done a chalk drawing once at the other house that I did for Halloween one year, but I just got the urge to do it. I thought it would be a fun way to kind of like be able to have like interchangeable huge decoration outside the house, and I was really excited for that movie too. It was really fun to go watch. I printed these shirts out for a couple friends when I went and saw the movie, or I meant to, but I like the types of shirts I initially got, it kind of got messed up, so I gave them the shirts after the fact. And I had a lot of fun doing this first one, and I did that full edited widescreen video, but then I also did them as a couple short videos too, which I didn't initially want to do, but I think I just thought, I don't know what I thought. I don't know if I thought, just since it was something that could easily be cropped a little bit and I could speed up, or did I film the whole thing in time lapse for the first one, or did I speed? I know the rest of them I did like time lapse. Yeah, it just seemed like it would be easy to try doing it. So I've been really apprehensive because I know the way that like shorts have affected how monetization and some things work on YouTube. I don't know a ton about it since I've never been monetized on my channel. I haven't been to that point where I have that many subscribers, but I know like it's kind of been a controversial change the way things have went, so I was definitely apprehensive from trying it. I don't know. I think with how, in my head, I think having a switch up and doing videos, like since I did them with music, forcing me to edit and do stuff in a minute time frame, I think it was good for me creatively, and it helped for me to get more excited about like putting more videos out there. And I was originally wanting to, I filmed all of them in widescreen, all the chalk drawings, so I originally was wanting to do full like 15-20 minute videos, and I did more behind the scenes stuff with some of them that I haven't posted that I would like to eventually. If I do, maybe if I end up doing full videos, or maybe I could just do a compilation of behind the scenes clips. Honestly, I don't know why I said that, because I don't know for sure if I am going to post those. I'm sorry. I do know I'm planning on doing some widescreen compilations of some of the chalk drawing related material, but I just could not, like, I think I had a whole script typed out for the Minecraft movie Sheep. I had a whole script written out, and I was going to do a full video of that, but I just cannot motivate myself to do all that. And that was before my grandpa passing away and Wavey passed away, and that spell in the summer where that stuff was rough going on there, that was months before that, and I still couldn't get motivated to do that. Yeah, I don't know. I think the shorts gave me an outlet that forced me to be short, that forced me to be more short and straight to the point with editing. I'm not saying that's always good for things to be so short. I just think, like with the chalk drawing and that type of if like you're drawing something fast, I think there's a benefit to watching people draw stuff really, really long, like how Bob Ross has programs. I know it's not like insanely long for a painting, but like 30 minutes, like sitting there watching someone do one painting for 30 minutes, in opposed to a time lapse that's really fast. I think there's benefits and cool things about both. I think like watching someone draw like really long, like, or like a longer period of time, over a longer period of time is what I should say. Like Bob Ross, I feel like that can be really relaxing to sit there and watch. He has a very, I'm sure this isn't news to a lot of people. He had a very calm and relaxing demeanor, the way he went about painting, and just the sounds of the way he painted. It's very relaxing to watch. I don't know if everyone feels the same way. I know a lot of people feel that way about it, so I'm sure some people out there know what I mean when I say that. But yeah, I think there's benefits too to like art videos on YouTube, like where people do time lapse it, because it's really cool to see things happen in such quick succession, but still knowing how long it took for that art to happen. Yeah. But yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this first drawing. I went out there, and since I did it pretty simply, I think I knocked it out in like an hour or so. But then some of the other ones frustrated me because I want to get more complex with things. And that sheep from Minecraft, I wanted to go out there and knock it out in like a day. I forget if I got it done in a day or not, but like it really hurt my arm in there because I just kept... I outlined and made everything way more detailed to make it look way more realistic. And like I really like the way that turned out and the way that the videos turned out. I was not very happy doing it. Like as it went on, I was very frustrated at how long it was taking in opposed to how long this one was doing. I did learn between like to wear a face mask. I hadn't really did that for a couple of years since like COVID stuff happened. Since that was a more mainstream thing going on. Yeah, so that wasn't the greatest, having to wear masks again, but honestly, the way that the chalk would blow back in my face sometimes, it felt better doing it like that. I did not want to cause a bunch of health problems. So if anyone's drawing chalk on the garage, I would recommend having some sort of a face covering on it for like your nose and your mouth. I mean, I do take breaks and step to the side and like pull it down and breathe for a second, but not saying that I don't breathe when it's on, because I do breathe when it's on, but yeah, some of them I had more fun than others doing, but all of them I like looking back and seeing the art that I did. I would have liked to have done full-length videos, but I stressed about it a lot, like, oh, I gotta do this, and I gotta get caught up to the shorts that I'm doing, but I want to keep doing the shorts, then I'm going to get more and more behind, and I don't know, quite frankly, I don't know if I'm going to go back and do long videos for all of them. I might do some new long videos when I do some short. I'm planning on doing some more chalk drawings early next year, I would assume. I don't know if I'll do it as frequently as I did this year. I don't know if I'm going to go back and do full long videos. I think at this point, just with everything I'm trying to do project wise, I wanted to do better at having more fun with things and just not stressing out as much about the work, because I need to be having more fun. I think there's just so much projects that I'm passionate about that I want to get done for YouTube. And some nights I'll sit up in bed and lose sleep over it and sit there and be like, oh, I need to do this and do this. And it's always like when you're trying to go to sleep, then like an idea will just like, oh, that's a great idea for another video. Oh, that's another thing I could be doing right now. And you just you overwhelm yourself so much, like I mentioned earlier, that you don't feel like doing anything. So sometimes, I think it's hard because there's so many things and like you get attached to some ideas, but sometimes, like with some of these longer videos, I think I'm just going to have to step away and maybe not do all the things in my head that I've obligated myself to. Since I'm doing the videos, I want people to watch them and enjoy them. It's not like I'm doing these videos like for anybody specifically. Like I'm not doing the videos to get paid right now. I'm not doing the videos for a company or anything right now. So it's not like I have set deadlines to meet. Like I'm gonna be causing problems by not getting things done by a certain point. So I don't know. I think it's good to have a little bit of pressure on yourself, or a little bit of whatever you want to say to get work done, but I don't know. The amount that I stress about things sometimes is ridiculous, and I just need to chill out and maybe cut out some video ideas that I have to make things a little bit more easier for myself to focus on projects that are going to benefit me more creatively and happily, me being more happy that I got that one done. Yeah, It's just hard to prioritize some of that stuff sometimes. Oh, gee. Oh, but I do have some rough sketches for something I'm going to do next year. Not a ton, but I do have one that I was wanting to do it for Halloween, but then it didn't work out. Excuse me. I don't think there's too much more to say about the chalk drawings. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess I'll say an update on the watermelon show. I'll just say this because I know there's probably some of my friends have done voices for it. If any of you are watching this, I'm sorry that I haven't gotten much more progress. I mean, like, I've thought of ideas and ways that I want to retool things, and I think I want to, I don't know, my opinion on how I want to approach things with the Watermelon Show has changed a lot over the years, and I've been sticking in my head the past couple of years with the same sort of outline for how I want the plot to go, like the main points of it, and I think I've been thinking here recently, I think I'm going to be changing a decent amount of that. So I don't really have anything set in stone with that. I would like to work on getting the episode out that bridges the footage I got done from the last house to this house, to at least have it up to speed with that. So I would like to get that done next year, at least one of those. And I would like to strive to get more and more work done with that. But at this point, some of the art projects I got going on, I'm not exactly sure when that's going to happen. But I have not, if anyone's worried, I assure you I have not forgotten about it. I have thought about it a lot. I've probably lost quite a few hours of sleep overthinking about it, but that's just because the Watermelon Show means a lot to me, and sometimes I think maybe I should have let things go with it a long time ago, but and I don't know, maybe I fully won't do things to how I want to have them done, but I don't know, I still feel like I have a lot of drive to get stuff done with it, so I very much think that more episodes will get done eventually. It might still be a while from now, and I know it's been a long while from when the story Drags On came out, and I feel like that was 40 minutes of, I feel like it was fun to watch, but I feel like that was a lot of setup of getting into what's going to happen next. And that was at the end of 2022, and it's the end of and now it's the end of 2025, and it's been like 3 years, and it's like, oh, uh-oh. So I have had Mr. Watermelon and Banana show up in a couple YouTube shorts reacting to other videos. Which with that, like, I tried to have some choreography in the way that they moved in. Like, I didn't do that with stop motion, but the way that I kind of puppeteered them with my hands. And my mom helped me move Mr. Watermelon, and like helped me with doing both of them consecutively, so I could film in, like, one of us had one of them and someone had the other one. Again, that with the shorts, I feel like that was another healthy way to, like, healthily creativity, whatever the heck I'm trying to say, of taking a concept that a lot of people know from YouTube, like people reacting and stuff, but I was trying to approach it in a way that fits my channel, in a wacky, bonkers way that fits the channel, like some really ridiculous stuff. I know I've only done like 2 of those, but I would like to do more. I have an idea for a Rocky one that I think would be funny, of him and David and Smuck. Oh, and I would like to say this too, going back to shorts. I know I was moving on to the Watermelon Show stuff, but this is kind of related. That David and Smuck short that I did for my friend Lauren, and it had like the awesome song that she did in the background, but I just thought it was humorous because I didn't, or just doing the chalk videos as shorts, and like some of them went good view-wise and some of them didn't do as good view-wise, but either way, I mean, I was still doing the art, putting it out there. It's not, I mean, I get really excited when things do well like that, but at the same time, I mean, like, that's not going to stop me from continuing to do stuff, even if it's not the most as successful as this is or whatever. But it just cracked me up because I hadn't done any stop motion for, like, a short, for the shorts on the channel. And I did that one as a short so I could, like, add her music on there to, like, to surprise her. Like, well, I mean, I sent it over first to make sure it was okay that I made it public. But it just cracked me up because I hadn't really thought too much. Well, I had some ideas for doing stop motion shorts, but I just hadn't gotten around to it, and I didn't know if that would, since the chalk drawings had to do with, like, established characters, or like even the Cute Mario Bros one, like, that's a YouTube channel that, like, there's still a fan base for. I didn't think my original character stop motion shorts would, or like that one, And I do hope more people go and check out Lauren's music through it, because she has some really awesome music up on her channel. But it just cracked me up that the original stop motion characters, that I didn't think it was going to perform nearly as well as like the established character chalk drawing ones, I think beat out about every chalk video that I've done. I think there might only be like one or two that's above the viewership of that. And that just, I don't know, in my mind it's like, oh wow, maybe I should do some more stop motion shorts. I mean, like, I'm not gonna like force myself to, like, if I have ideas that I think would be fun to do, that I think it motivates me more to like oh, I could do this and this, and like I'm not necessarily gonna be able to execute all the ideas I want to do, but it just kind of blew my mind. It's like, wow, like, what have I been doing? I haven't done any stop motion shorts through this, and this is how good, or like how much traction it could pick up. It was just humorous. But no, I was really glad to do that for her. Like she is really awesome music. You should go check out her music if you haven't yet. Yeah. No, but yeah, with the Watermelon Show, like I have some pretty solid ideas for the next one that I want to do, that I'm gonna hope to get done next year at some point. And I have tons of ideas, and of course I want to get season 3 done eventually. Who knows when on earth that'll be at this point. But at this stage of where I'm at, I am still intending on getting it done. It might just be a while, and I'm going to try to do better, not putting as much stress on myself to get it done, because when I do work on it, I want to have a lot more fun with it, even if that means some of the ideas that I have storyboarded, or some of the ideas that I've had locked in my head for so long, don't come to fruition. I just want to have more fun with it, for things to just flow how they need to work in it. So yeah, I think that's all I really wanted to say, to talk about things that have been going on the latter half of this year. If you've been celebrating like Hanukkah or Christmas or Kwanzaa or any holiday that's been going on in December, I hope, sorry, I don't know why I'm so fidgety right now. I hope that you've had a good and safe holiday. If you're not celebrating any holidays, I hope you had a good and safe winter. I hope you have a good and safe New Year getting into 2026. Thank you for listening, and I will hopefully see you in some videos soon. Well, not literally see you, but hopefully you will be seeing me in some videos soon. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I should just probably end this. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I got this little thing. It used to have gum in it. It still smells like gum. It still smells like gum. My little bubble gum. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I don't know if I'm having credits come up or not. I should probably fade to black so that one. Oh, reprise time. We found out what happened in the last half of 2025. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We remembered Wavey, discussed a melon. Hopefully it didn't make you mad, nor pursue you to become a felon. Don't you see this year is done? Some of it stunk, but some of it was fun. More is to be released. The hopefully awesome content will not be ceased, so I implore you to stick around. Get a beverage and sit right down to see more poop, more Moyer, and more studio. Yes, I implore you. Yes, I implore you.